Good morning, everyone. It's Joy here at Joy's Royalty Tiny Home Creators. I've been thinking a lot about myself and something that my daughter said, but we talk about how I move furniture around a lot, and they kind of make fun of me um, and don't understand why I do that. And I know why I do it, but why do I do it? Think about it. I mean, is it a OCD? No, I don't think that's what it is. But I've been doing it all my life, trying to make my life work, and the best I could do it was through furniture, moving my furniture around, making my home satisfying and pleasing to the eye to me, and what would make it work for me. And but here's the thing. I probably wouldn't do it if I had the money and lifestyle I really would like to have. And but like I said before, that humanity's been lied to for so long that we're programmed certain ways and stuff, and trying to get out of that is another situation. But I was raised in these big old houses that had separate rooms. If you wanted to go to the kitchen, you had to walk through a door and go into the kitchen. If you wanted to go into the dining room, if there was a dining room, you had to go through a door. Living room, same thing. And then a lot of times they had upstairs to them. I love a house with an upstairs. I always have this vision of me standing at the top of the stairs and walking down the stairs in the morning to a brewed cup of coffee. And and since I was raised in the winter cold times and stuff, well, walking down them stairs and looking out the window and seeing the snow falling, and then at Christmas time, which Christmas isn't Christmas anymore, but I like the lights. I love the lights. So if I'm going to do anything with Christmas, it's going to be because of the lights and the atmosphere, that uh, the love and the kindness and everything that most people present at that time of the year. And but I was raised in them bigger houses, and some of them had basements and stuff, and some were in the country, and some was in a city, a town. And as I grew up and got married and had to shuffle around wherever uh, the children's father would take us, it was always something new. Had to redo the house all the time. Of course, now my mom was kind of like me, moved her furniture around a lot, and it made it fresh and new. You cleaned under everything, and you shined and polished, and it had a fresh, new look to it. It looked like you was in a whole different house. Uh, and we had to do things that way because we had to work with what we had. And I still find that I still have to work with what I have. Now, am I ever going to be content? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, not with the way society is. Not they put you in boxes. They put you in labels that uh, if you don't make certain amount of money, then you're labeled. And in all my years of life, I have never been considered middle class. Oh, I mean, now um, my personality and my um, what do you call it? My values and my morals and stuff like that. And I would say I was considered middle class, not until though I left my husband and started getting out on my own and learning what life was really all about. It's supposed to be about anyway, the way the society uh, said it was. But will I ever be content? I don't think so, not if I have to live the way society allows us to. If you only got so much money a month or a week or whatever the case may be, you have to go to the levels that they put you at. I feel like sometimes we're pawns in a great big, on a big island someplace that's we gotta go around and find out here and there what we can use and to whatever to get by with. Well, I know that I don't want to just get by. And I do believe that that's why I change furniture around all the time so it looks like I have something new and more homey and more, that I have something in life, that I have class, that I have an abundance. And when everything looks new and everything to your eye, appealing to your eye, well, then you feel like you're on top of the world. Now, that's the way I feel anyway. But no, if I had to adhere the rest of my life to what society says we have to do and the rules and the regulations and the labels, here's what society does to you. Now they say they're going to, that it's the American dream and anybody can achieve it and whatnot. They'll dangle this stuff out in front of you like a carrot, like they do them horses to get them moving. They'd hang the stick out over their head where the horse could just see the carrot and try to reach for it and then keep trying to walk towards it. The horse never does get the carrot until the master, the owner, hands it to him. You hear what I said? Hands it to him. So, yeah, I'm never going to be satisfied with what they try to let us live by, and I'm going to keep striving for better. And as long as I have to do it and use what I've got, then yes, I'm probably going to be moving furniture around all the time and trying to make things work for me and try to make me feel at peace and like I have a glorious home. So, but I like tiny, and I've always liked tiny, like I've said before, and I don't like living in apartments and all closed up like that, and but in order to afford all the extra stuff like food and taking care of your dog and stuff like that, and enjoying a piece of new clothing every once in a while, or a new TV or something, then the best route for me was to go tiny, and the tiny that I could afford right at the point in time was being presented with the idea of a camper and taking that opportunity. But then again comes, you got to get around all the I don't know how I want to say it, the obstacles that a camper presents, uh, if you want it to be a home for you. So, and here's the thing. I know everybody don't have this bug like I do. It's called creativity. I have this creative gene in me that the creator put in me, and I've always wanted to um, use it, and I have used it. And So if all I've got to work with is what I've got to work with, then I use that to be creative and make me a new world for me to live in. So, but I've been, you know, toiling with the idea of still taking some things out and trying to make things a little bit more accessible to me. Um, and I don't know how I'm going to turn this. So let me pause this and see if I can turn it. No, I can't turn it, but I'll have to show you this way. That up there, I want to take that out and put a shelf across there and put my microwave up there and my um, crock pot. So, uh, and that would put my kitchen on in that area right there, and that way that'll work for me. That everything's right there, and then I have this other idea. I'm going in here in the bedroom, and there's I don't know if you've ever seen campers. They have where the beds, the space for the bed there. And a lot of times they're built in there, but I took that out. But I want to put there's closet up and down that way, and shelves with doors on it that way, and then others that way. So I'll show it to you. I think I can show it to you. So I want to be able to take that down out of there, so I have room on either side, so that I can put a nightstand on each side, and where I have that lamp and that little heater, I can set it on nightstand. And so it's like things like that that is probably going to help me make uh, my life in a camper a little bit more homier, so that but here's the thing. Is that settling? Is that settling and telling society, yeah, I'll go along with you. Yeah, shove me in a corner because I'm old and I'm on Social Security now, and that's only so much money a month, and uh, the food is outrageous, and so settled that I can't have the kind of home that I really would like to have. What I really would like to have is a nice little cottage on my own piece of property with some chickens, and I'd have to have a raised garden right now. Now I do expect my legs to get better because there's a lot of people out there rooting for me, and I um, that's what I really would like to have. I'd like to have a washer and dryer, um, and not have to go to the laundromat. And there just isn't enough room in this size of a camper anyway. to put the kind of washer and dryer as far as the wattage goes that it would help me keep my clothes and my home clean. Now I know that back in the day we didn't have all of that. We used to have to wash our clothes. Well, we did have times a wringer washer that you filled it up with water and it agitated back and forth, and yet you'd keep putting a load in there, and then unless you wanted to change the water, they had that. And then it had ringers at the top that if it was electric, then you just run it through. I've gotten my hair caught in one of them once as an adult, and thank God I knew how to release those ringers, I'm telling you. But and then there was times that when I was pregnant with my second child, had my oldest daughter around, and for some other odd reason I craved having my feet and my hands in soapy water to wash clothes with. So I would every day I'd be getting my clothes out, put them in the tub, nice hot steaming hot water, and detergent. And that was when I wasn't allergic to any kind of detergent. So I would spend the days doing that, washing it. In fact, even getting in the tub. That was my craving because I was pregnant, I guess. I don't know, but with my feet, and I would wash my clothes that way. And then rinse them and do the same thing, and then wring them all out and hang them up around the house. But we didn't have washers and dryers back when I was growing up. And but after I got married, we did have a washer and dryer one time. He did buy me a brand new washer and dryer. And then after that, then I got the hang of it and really liked having them around, and always made sure I had one. So there's things that they box you in, and I can't say who are they. It could be somebody outside our governments and outside of our authorities and outside of our cities and civilization that's determining what status we are and everything, and how much money we're allowed to have, and different things, and what we're allowed to buy and what we're not allowed to buy. And um, they set the standards so high to buy this or buy that those that they consider pawns are just second class or third class people. Can't get it, can't do it. So then you have to find a way around that to make yourself as content and as happy as you can be. And I know a lot of you out there know that gets very tiring. I've done it all my life, and I'm tired of it. So am I going to continue to try to do it that way, or am I going to finish stepping completely out of the box and go for what I really want? And you might say, well, how are you going to do that without any money? Well, again, I think that, and on some of my videos that I talk about, if you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. Well, again, we have that that anointing, if that's what you want to call it, that was placed within us by the Creator to think and imagine and speak, and it'll eventually find its way to us. And because we're co-creators with the Creator, He made whatever the source made us in the image of the Creator, which means that we should be able to do, along with the help of the resources that um, is put out there in the universe to help us achieve what it is for us. And yours may be different than mine, and you may be very well satisfied to stay, but that's because you don't want to move furniture around, stuff like that. Because you could be happy with just things the way they are. Maybe you think you're happy. I don't know, but I want. I the thing of it is, it's not that I want. It's instilled in me to to go for better, to always better myself, and being in the clutches of society and having to live the way they want you to live is not my idea of living. And so I want to better myself away from all of that. And so at 80, can I do that? I don't know. If I'm going to go by what everybody says is true fact, and I've read those scriptures backwards and forwards, and it says that our years are 120 years long, and so that means I've got another 40 years to go. What am I going to do at that time? Well, I want to better myself, because I know it wasn't raised to want to better myself. We were programmed into staying poor and destitute. Well, I've been working on not being destitute, and I have had the help of excuse me, family members, especially my daughter and her husband, and my other daughter has helped me in the past, but she's having her own issues with the way civilization and society and the way people want to treat you. And she went out and she went to college a little bit before me and my other daughter did, and she became a nurse. And she's been to the military, and she's seen a lot more than I've seen. And her job, when she has a job, right now she's a traveling nurse, but it's still the same thing. I mean, she makes plenty good money, but it still comes back to the same thing. It's what society expects out of you, and if you don't follow it the way they want you to, then you're an evil person. You're a sinner. You're this. You're that, or you just don't make the mark. And she's trying every day. I mean, she um, has a hard time. Has a hard time with society and the way they're doing, but she stands up and she tries to stand up for herself. She's 55. Yeah, she's 55. Just turned 55, I think. Either 55 or 56. I'd have to sit down and calculate it. Very, very pretty woman. So it's my oldest daughter. They're very pretty women and very smart, intelligent, and kind and considerate towards others. And my son, has that heart in them that God placed, the Creator placed within us all. So I don't know. I don't know how. I don't want to use the word fight, because resist, you persist in what's going on around you. I think I got to make a decision as to how I want to go about living the rest of my life. So, um, and also for the rest of you too. I mean, if you want a better life, then we got to sit down and figure it out. We got to figure our food out for one thing, because we're not getting. They've taken the seeds out of our fruits. Our bananas are not what they're supposed to look like. They've been genetically modified, and they've taken the seeds, the good seeds that we're supposed to have, out of everything. And I watched a video the other day, and I don't know how true it is because I haven't researched it. But they say in America they put more male trees here in America than the female trees, so they don't produce wild fruits and stuff like we need. Because we could all go out and get the apples and the peaches and the pears and stuff, and that was going to be nutritious for us. So I don't know. I might research that. I don't know, as I want to find that out just yet. But if I do, I'll let you know, um, and then maybe you can research it now about how America is not planting female trees. They're mostly male trees. So, but anyway, I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to hop on here and let you know that I don't think I'll ever be content if I have to continue to follow the ways of civilization and society, and the way they label us, and expect us to live because of our certain statuses, or labels or something. Um, so, but anyway, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. So you all have a great day.